This guy has a rare gift. He can slow down a car with the power of a fucking thought. And he also has superhuman strength. But he has to hide his good gift because he is constantly being hunted by serious guys. Hi guys, Dr. Fox is with you. And today I am going to tell you about the movie I Am Number 4. At night, two guys were resting in an ancient hut, but because of a sudden noise, one of them woke up. The man took a saber and stared intently out the window through an interlock of blinds. There was no one in sight, but as soon as he turned his back, a mysterious creature grabbed him by the stomach. The man's son woke up from a wild scream and realized that he urgently needed to run. Trying to escape from the chase, he runs through the forest, climbs a tree and jumps into a cliff. It would seem that everything is fine, but the ogre forcefully grabbed the young man by his thin neck and lifted the poor man into the air. He tore off some kind of pendant from his neck, saying some nonsense at the same time, and then killed the poor guy without regret. The creepy footage is replaced by an image of a blue lagoon with a group of teenagers riding on jet skis. Then they head to the beach. There they are greeted by beautiful girls and their friends. In the evening, the guys had a party. One of the girls made it clear to handsome Daniel that she was interested in him. The guys decided to go for a swim, but during the dialogue the guy became ill. He grabbed his leg, and a strange glow was coming from his leg. The girl got scared and ran away. A whole crowd of people ran to her scream. The guy had to hide, and he jumped into the sea. Dan woke up in an unfamiliar place. There was an ugly drawing on the guy's leg. Before he could recover, a man walked by. This is his guardian. He said that someone had killed the third and now he was missing. Henry, that's the man's name, threw all the old into the fire. Together with Henry, our hero went on the run. Daniel is a guy from another planet. Daniel and 9 other people were sent to Earth to protect it from the villains, but the mysterious creature takes turns killing the glowing guys. And since the 3 indigos are already dead, Daniel will be next in line. He's the 4th. The guy starts his new life. Now his name is John. Just John. Together with Henry they destroyed all their few data. This is so that others will not find them. There was an eerie sound in the house. Henry took the blade out of his bag and went out with John to look outside. It turned out to be an ordinary dog. The guy took the dog home, and he became his new friend. Meanwhile, someone was searching Henry's last house. The strange blonde turned over all the things and made a mess, which, by the way, did not clean up after herself, but her search did not yield results. She set the house on fire, and then quietly and unhurriedly left. John is going to school. Henry thinks it is a bad idea because he's being hunted by a native, but our hero is not afraid of this. He wants to live a normal life, like all guys his age, and he went to study. He saw several teachers at the school. They were arguing over the bad photos that Sarah posted. John looked at the girl, but he did it unnoticeably. Sarah walked over to John. She gave him a tour of the school, but as soon as she left, John was accosted by bullies. It is even strange that they did not beat him up, but they started insulting a nerd who was passing nearby. John helped him, and the guys became friends. John was sitting alone at lunch. The villains started pestering the nerd again. A ball was thrown at his body. John went berserk and threw a ball at one of the nerd's abusers. The bully fell to the ground, hitting his 5th point. Sarah was shocked by such power and took a photo. A little later, she posted the picture on the website. Henry noticed this and decided to delete it before it was too late. Natives appeared in John's burned-down house, which was burned down by a girl. They destroyed the good guys. The natives realized that John was still alive, and the guy was now in danger. At one of the lessons, the leader of the bullies tried to call John an unkind word. This upset the guy. John's palms began to glow, as did his leg. He could not control his gift, so John decided to run away from the lesson. The guy locked himself in the back room, trying to put out his hands, but it did not help. Then Henry came. He said that the light you emit is a kind gift from your ancestors. He can be controlled, but you need to calm down. John was able to curb his power, and she and Henry headed home. The guy wanted to know what else he was capable of, so he went out for a walk. He met Sarah on the street, and during the conversation she invited him to dinner. John met her parents. They were nice people, and when the guys left, John was interrupted by a dog that started barking. Well, no luck. Sarah gave the guy a camera while the main bully watched him from the car. He was jealous of the girl, so the next morning, paint spilled out of John and Nerd's closet. The nerd attacked the bully, but was not physically developed and could not hit the bully in the jaw. John decided to stand up for his friend, but the bully was very afraid of him, so he was afraid to fight. Washing off the paint in the school shower, Sam's new friend Josh told about his father, who went missing. He considered himself a scientist studying aliens, but all people thought he was crazy. Meanwhile, Henry found out who Sam's father was. He came to the factory where scientists once worked and found strange stones. The spring fair came. John met Sarah, and they went to a terrible attraction, but their idyll was interrupted by Pridurke. They attacked John. The guy used his abilities to defend himself. It turned out that Mark, the main Eshel, had sent the hooligans. John wanted to beat the bastard half to death, but Sarah stopped him. The guy walked the girl home and confessed that he was head over heels in love with her. They kissed on the cheek and more. On the way home, John received a message from Sam. He wanted to talk. A friend demanded an explanation from John, and John told him the whole truth, that he was from another planet, and his father was right. Aliens exist. It is all true. The police arrive at the house in the morning. They asked a lot of questions, but the bully did not give John away. That's why the cops left quickly. While the guy was cooling off in the room, Henry suddenly disappeared. The kidnappers contacted the young man, gave the address where they needed to drive up. John asked Sam for help, and he also ignored calls from Sarah. He broke into the robber's house and saw Henry tied up. As soon as he approached, they attacked from behind. John's abilities allowed him to fight back very quickly and free Henry from the rope. One scoundrel pinned Sam to the ground, but John coped with him. The guys did not manage to escape. A native burst in and pushed John towards the red ray of power. Henry ordered the guy to leave, and he continued the fight. After defeating the native, Henry escaped with the guys. One scoundrel survived. He ended up on the car window and stabbed Henry with his knife. John mauled the enemy, but poor Henry died from his injuries. At that time, the natives interrogated ufologists and even killed one of them. Henry and John are wanted. They are considered criminals. John came to the party to explain himself to Sarah. They climbed onto the roof, but the girl almost fell down. With the help of his abilities, the guy managed to lift her up, and then the police caught up with the couple. The guy deftly threw their cars into the air, after which Sarah and John hid in the school. There they developed a tape on which everything about the secret life of the guy was recorded. The Mogodorians found a couple at school, and the mysterious girl who set fire to Henry's old house was there too. She turned out to be a cutie on the good side. She helped the guys fight the aliens. She was number 6. Joggers got out of the Mogodorian truck. They skipped off in the direction of the school. Sam is sitting in the car with the dog, horrified by what he saw. The dog turned into exactly the same monster, and Sam ran out to the guys. The heroes are being attacked by ogres. John defends himself with telekinesis, and the dog turns into some kind of chimera and helps the owner. With the help of his energy, John helped charge number 6, so he discovered a new ability in himself. John has such a powerful force that the enemies are simply shaking with horror, and the dog is not so simple. In the image of Himera, the dog dealt with the monster and immediately turned back into a dog. The heroes escape from the school, but the rest of the natives take them by surprise. Sam runs into an old building and along the way, and kills one of them. The last ogre grabbed number 6 and threw it down. She miraculously survived thanks to John. In a duel, 2 natives were defeated. The Mogodorian was about to finish off the young man and drew his saber. John was saved by the last forces of the 6th. And he killed the enemy in flight using telekinesis. A huge flame broke out in the school stadium. Blandinka is not afraid of this. Thanks to her ability, she absorbed him, and she protected John. The Mogodorians lost this battle. The Blue Stums joined the 6th and 4th, and as soon as the house joined, the Stums turned to dust. Now the guys went in search of other rooms, and 7 went with them to find his father. Well, that's it. See you later. Bye for everyone.